In this video, we're going to talk about translating of components. In the example in front of you, you can see that something is horribly wrong. We have our component define. It's displaying on the view. We've put in the binding expression for the translations, but that's exactly what I see. And that's not correct. I actually want to see the values of those translations, not the binding expression. The reason for that is that this is a stock standard web component. There's nothing weird or fancy about it. It just doesn't use the binding engine. So how can I get this thing translated? The first thing to note is that we have already loaded our translations. It's not in the component, it's a little bit of the higher level. It's still within our welcome. It's not a big deal. You can have it in the component if you need it in the component. I just want to demonstrate here that it doesn't matter where your translation is loaded. If it's loaded on the screen level, is it loaded on application level, is it loaded on component level, either way I still need to get this thing translated. Fortunately, it's quite easy to translate any element. This translations has a function called parse element. You can parse it any existing element and it'll scrape through the element and find all of the translation markers and then translate that element for you, replacing the binding expression with the actual translating value. Going back to our original screen where before we added the parse element to it, you can see we have the binding expressions. When we refresh it, now we have the values, and if we go and have a look at the DOM, you'll see that it just blanketly replaced the expression with the actual values. So really easy to translate a custom element or any element for that matter. So if you have a document fragment as an example and you want to translate the content of that document fragment because you cloned it off a template and you want to have that template contain translations, you use exactly the same mechanism to do that.